50 Cent recently lost a bunch of big lawsuits.
Right.
And filed for bankruptcy. What was interesting about this is that how everyone celebrated this bankruptcy. Oh, 50's so smart. Whereas if Ja Rule had filed for bankruptcy, it would have been such a circus.
Right.
That 50 would have joined in on, that it would have been just ridiculous. And the funny part is that I actually know Ja personally, and Ja's pretty well off financially.
Right.
Like Ja got paper. Don't get it fucking twisted. Last time I seen him, he pulled up in a Phantom and tell me about his yacht.
Right.
So, you know, keeping a yacht in New York is no fucking joke. So, what do you think about 50's bankruptcy?
I mean, you know, from what I understand, that was just a legal move to try to circumvent having to pay the broad, you know, the money he owed her from putting out a porn tape or whatever the case may be. And it was a legal ploy, and, you know, it didn't work. He still got to pay.
Yeah.
Whatever, it was worth it, you know. He rolled the dice, and it didn't work out. He's letting you know subconsciously, ever since he's did that, every picture you see him, he's holding a brick of money, and you know what I mean? Like doing shit to let you know, I still got money. Read between the lines, motherfuckers. Like I just did that on some business shit.
Yeah, but you're talking about $30 million that he owes between those two lawsuits. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money.
Okay. And
you could hold that brick in the strip club, and that don't even make even a little ding in that 30 million.
Right, well, I mean, maybe he's trying to get rid of some of these creditors too. I don't know, man, but it's like, man, I don't really give a fuck about people's money and shit like that, you know what I mean? Like, I believe whether he filed Chapter 11 or whatever the case may be, he got more money than all these motherfuckers talking shit in the comments about him.
Fair enough.
So, who gives a fuck?
Fair enough. And 50, the thing about lawsuits is that unless you're a drug dealer, if you have a actual legal stream of income, when you lose a lawsuit, you got to pay that up. You can't just say, well, I ain't going to pay you. They're going to say, okay.
Right.
You got
a judgment against you.
Here's your Power TV show. We're gonna contact stars. Mm-hmm. We're gonna tell them.
Gonna circumvent you.
Yeah,
no
every check that you're supposed to go will just go to us.
So it's paid up. That's
so
all right.
let's take a look at your record deals. Okay, all these record deals right here, your publishing, your sales, all that will go to us.
Yep.
Your concerts, we're gonna start watching that closely. So whenever you perform, we're gonna contact the promoters, and we're gonna
get that paper.
We're gonna collect. And 30 million is a fairly.
But at the same time,
big
didn't
hit.
people like your man Donald Trump file bankruptcy?
Right,
I mean,
but
plenty of rich people have done this and then rebuilt their shit up.
But
Like
people
this
were not
is
celebrating Donald Trump when he filed for bankruptcy.
No, they were shitting on him. They were talking shit about him.
Exactly.
And he just and now the motherfucker running for president.
Yeah.
And actually making headway, which is crazy.
Do you think he could win?
No. Well, see, America is just crazy enough to show her true colors. They would have to really, all this fake bullshit that's going on would have to go out the window for him to really win. Because all the people who claim to be liberal and all of that, they would have to throw that out the window to vote for this guy.
What do you mean?
Like, in order for him to really get the numbers that he would need certain white people to stop acting like they're not racist. You see, because there's a lot of white people who pretend that they're liberal and they're down with everything, but they're not. Like, they really don't really fuck with black people like that, and
Or Mexicans.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Beyond the service industry or the ones that are in there immediate lives, but other than that, they're not fucking with them. But if you ask them if they fucked with black people in Mexico, oh, of course, I fuck with all people. You see, those people would now have to be like, you know, I really don't fuck with all people. I just was saying that because that's what was politically correct to say at that time. You see what I'm saying? So those people would now have to reveal themselves.
Donald Trump made some very disparaging remarks about Mexicans.
Yes.
Corporations distance themselves from him and everything else like that.
Right. But yet he's soaring in the Republican
Yeah, he's
polls.
actually, Huffington Post said that they're not going to cover his race. They're going to move coverage of him to the Kim Kardashian section of the site. But yet, he's not going away.
Right. But then again, it's crazy early, man. It's like,
It is.
this is not, there's been all kinds of ups and downs in these presidential races before where people thought, oh, this guy's in the lead and that motherfucker didn't even make it to the nomination of their own fucking party. So,
So he's a Republican, right?
Not right for now.
For now. He might be independent.
He might be independent, and that can fuck up their whole shit. He can now split the vote.
Yep.
And assure,
Yeah.
he
could be a
He
kingmaker.
could be a Trojan horse for the Democrats. Because you go in there, divide the Republican Party, and now they don't have enough unity and enough votes for one party.
Right. Because if you remember, Ross Perot
Did the same thing.
did the same thing to George Bush Sr.
And that's why they asked that question during the debate, who would be the one who would be willing to go independent in case if they didn't get their party's nomination. He was the only one.
Me, motherfucker.
This motherfucker. I would. Fuck y'all motherfuckers. I'm here for me.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, we'll see what happens. We will see. I mean, not a lot of supporters right now. Like Dennis Rodman is one of his few supporters.
Yeah,
which is weird.
that's great. Yeah, it's always good to have Dennis on your team.
He also supports Kim Jong-un.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
we're not talking about the most legitimate supporter there.
Oh my goodness.
And so forth. But we'll see what happens.
I think pedophiles are the scum of the fucking earth.
I agree.
I think pedophiles should be euthanized.
Oh, like.
Kill them.
Second of all, I'd have been like, holy shit.
Right.
Like the guy who I thought, if you look at over time, who probably is the greatest MC, I would say Jay-Z. I would now have to kick you down.
Right. And what my point is.
And that's what I had to do with Drake, technically.
Right.